Hi guys, sorry to interrupt your video. Just a quick plea, subscribe to my channel please. If you haven't done it already, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. Thanks. Hi guys. Okay, I'm going to be doing the videos section now. Okay, so we've got about 27, 29 videos, something like that. I want to go through it and hopefully explain what's going on and give you the knowledge that you need to know. The best thing to do with these videos is play them, because you often get one video that is you might get multiple questions if you're doing it by this section, so it's worth just playing the video anyway. Gives you a bigger picture. So anyway, they come up in a random order, so let's have a look. So question number 1. Okay, what is the speed limit on this road for the car towing a caravan? Right, well, that is in the countryside. It's a single carriageway. There's no speed limit signs around. If we have a look, it's not that one, this one. Here we go, speed limits. Okay, so the general guide, right, is in town it's 30. We're talking for cars here, right? So in town it's 30. On a single carriageway outside of town it's 60, or a dual carriageway or motorway it's 70. Okay, so basically if you are separated from oncoming traffic, then it's going to be 70. If the only thing separating you from oncoming traffic is a bit of paint, then it's going to be 60 out in the countryside. Okay. If you are towing a caravan, when you get into the single or dual carriageway situations or motorways, then it is just 10 mile an hour less. Alright, so whatever it is for a car, if they're saying about a caravan, it's 10 mile an hour less. So if we go back to here, it says what is the speed limit on this road for a car towing a caravan? That is a single carriageway because we aren't separated from oncoming traffic, and therefore it is 10 mile an hour less, so it would be 50 miles an hour. Now I'm going to play the video anyway. So there we go, so just cruising along here. Motorbikes on the right hand side, parked vehicle on the left, hazard lines in the middle of the road, being overtaken by motorbikes now. Now look at this red car here. He's indicating he's pulling out in front of the motorbikes. Okay, so that gives you a clue as to what the next questions might be asked. So anyway, we'll go to the 50 mile an hour for the caravan. Let's do that. Yes, we were correct. If you're towing, it's 10 mile an hour less. Next question. What do the white diagonal stripe markings in the middle of the road mean? Okay, so these things here, they are basically fat versions just to separate oncoming traffic. Basically, they're just going to keep them apart, so you're less likely to hit each other. And the general rule is if you have solid white lines around the outside, then you are not allowed in them at all. You must not enter unless in an emergency. And if you have broken white lines, then you shouldn't enter unless it is necessary and safe to do so. That's what the highway code states. And so I have broken white lines. And it's just a separating area. So let's see, no overtaking, no. You must not enter the area unless it's an emergency, no, that's a solid white line. You should not enter the area unless it's necessary and you can see it's safe to do so. That is correct. An overtaking area for motorcyclists, nah, not at all. Okay, so correct. Diagonal white stripes edged by broken white lines are used in the centre of the road to separate oncoming traffic in opposite directions. They're called hatched areas and are often used at junctions. You should only enter a hatched area bordered by a broken white line when necessary and safe to do so. I've just realised. Oh, hello friend. What's going on there? Can I move that? Thank you. I appear. It's better. I appear to be blocking some of the answers there. Right. Next. What hazard do you need to look out for as you drive under the bridge? Right, well, first of all, let's have a look at this. There's a sign there that says pedestrians no footpath. So if there's no footpath, where are the pedestrians going to be? They're going to be walking in the road, aren't they? So I'm thinking pedestrians walking in the road because there's a sign there that tells me that. Overhanging tree branches, don't care. Narrowing of the road, fine, but clearly it's wide enough for 2 cars. And the height of the bridge, no, it's square. If it was a narrow at the middle, and is that an arch? That's what I'm after. If it's an archway, then tall vehicles would have to come to the middle of the road, but if it's just squared off, then they don't need to come to the middle of the road. It's the same height all the way across. So that's what I'm thinking. So if I hit the play button now move up, and I just pause it there, you see, no footpath for 30 yards, and you've got the pedestrians sign, which is the child and the adult. If it was just one of them, it'd be children, for instance, although you get 2 children running, things like this. Okay, but because you get a mini person and a tall person, that's pedestrians. And we also have a height restriction because the arrows on the top and the bottom there of 13'9". But I'll keep playing it anyway. So we've got pedestrians in the road. Road goes round, he's gone, there goes the BMW around here. Right, we've got pedestrians walking around, level crossing, and in fact there is a train. Lovely. Alright, and we're in a built up area, got street lighting and stuff like that. Okay, so let's check answer. Correct. Look out for warning signs when you're driving. They tell you that there are hazards you may find ahead. For example, pedestrians, wild animals or cattle. To deal safely with any hazards on the road, be prepared to slow down or stop. That's a general guide, isn't it? If it's something that's a bit risky, just don't put yourself into a bad situation. Right, what's the speed limit on this road? Lamppost, no speed limit signs, 30 mile an hour. Let's go back to here, built up areas, which is what we're on, because we know as we go around the corner there's like a little high street, isn't there? Right, so we know it's a built up area. Cars and motorcycles 30 miles an hour, but look at this little asterisk here. It says the 30 mile an hour limit usually applies to all traffic in all roads with street lighting unless road signs show otherwise. So if you've got no street lighting but no speed limit sign, you should assume a 30 in a built up area. So what's the speed limit on this road? It's a built up area because we know just around the corner, so I'm saying 30. Check the answer. If you're driving in a built up area, the speed limit will be low. Apart from the speed limit signs where you enter the limit, look out for repeater signs reminding you of a speed limit. A speed limit isn't a target. You don't have to drive as fast as the limit says you can. Keep within the limit and adapt your driving to the road situation. Wise words indeed. What does the yellow line along the side of the road? Okay, so remember, always read your question properly. So get a good picture in your mind of what it is before you answer it. Okay, so what is the yellow line? Single yellow line along the side of the road. So therefore it's talking this. Okay, now that is a weighting restriction. Let's see, we've got road markings there, weighting restrictions. Right, so double means no waiting anytime. Single means you're not allowed to wait there, subject to a road sign that looks like that. So that's what the no waiting sign is. So between 8 AM and 6 PM to the right, i.e. there, so this sign would be sort of sticking up here next to the vertical part there. It would saying no waiting in that section between certain times. Alright, so what does the single yellow line means? It means waiting restrictions apply at certain times. Marks the edge of the road. No, those are normally white ones, not yellow. No stopping at any time. No, that would be a double yellow. And no waiting at any time. Again, double yellow. Check answer. Correct. Yellow lines along the side of the road tell you that waiting restrictions apply here. If there's just one line, it means waiting restrictions are at certain times. There may be a yellow plate, as I showed you, on a wall or lamppost nearby to tell you what these times are. If the yellow lines are double, it means you cannot wait there any time. Lovely. Right, let's have a look. What's the speed limit for the car towing the caravan on this road? I've told you this already. So that is a dual carriageway or motorway because we have a central reservation separating us from oncoming traffic. Therefore the speed limit on those roads is 70, but he is towing a caravan, which is always 10 mile an hour less than if he wasn't, so therefore it would be 60 on a dual carriageway. So you don't even need to play the video on that. So let's check the answer. There we go, correct. The speed limit when you are towing a caravan or trailer is lower than the limit for a car that's not towing. This is mainly because of the increased length and weight of the combination makes it more difficult to control. When you're towing a caravan or trailer, you should take your time with any manoeuvre. You should also allow more time for slowing and stopping. Right, next question. Okay, so the caravan starts to swing from side to side. What should the driver do to bring it back under control? Now, I've already done a video about loading and vehicle control, and in there Jeff was telling us about reducing your speed to get the car back under control. If we actually look at the video, let's have a look here. So he's going slower. Oh, he's starting to snake. He's having a good old wobble on here. Whee! So now he's starting to slow back down again, and it's wow, that is erratic. Now you'll notice that these trees are going bananas over here. So it must be a very windy day, which is why he's been blown around. So you've got to keep an eye out for all those things. So let's see what we got. Brake firmly until the swinging stops. No, you just take your foot off the accelerator and you just slow the car down, keeping a nice firm grip on the steering wheel. Steer sharply in the opposite direction. No. Ease off the accelerator to slow down. Yes. And accelerate until the swinging stops. No, 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 no. Right, when you're towing a caravan and it begins to snake, you need to bring it back under control. Don't steer sharply or brake hard. Instead, you should ease off the accelerator and gradually reduce your speed until the caravan stops snaking. Okay. Next. Why is the caravan unstable and swinging from side to side? Well, I would hazard because it was blowing a hoolie. So, because the other cars are passing too close? No. Because there are traffic cones in the road? No. Because it's the wrong lane? No. Because of side winds? There we go. When a caravan moves like this, it's called snaking. It happens when the caravan is unstable. There are several reasons why a caravan could snake when you're towing it. They include uneven weight distribution, as you'll see in the other video, being buffeted by winds from passing high-sided vehicles or strong side winds. You should always be aware of the weather conditions while you're driving, but especially when you're towing a caravan, because there's a lot can affect them. It's basically a sail, just gets blown around.